Welcome, everyone. Welcome to We Are One. I am your DJ, D-Nice, and we are here to celebrate. Celebrate together. We are one. Tomorrow's a big day, big day, big day. So excited to be here. We're ushering in change. Congratulations to Vice President-elect Harris and President-elect Joe Biden. This is going to be an amazing day, amazing event. Once again, this is D-Nice. Thank you for having me here. Let's celebrate right now. Come on. Here we go. Shout out to my brother Chris J, who's hosting. I think I saw my brother Senator Booker as well. Let's go. Big vibes, everyone. Once again, we are one. Come on.
Everybody, let me tell you about my love brought to you by an angel from above. Fully equipped with a lifetime guarantee. Once you try, I am sure that you
Here we go.
Make it bigger.
There's no reason
You can touch it, yeah.
Can you touch this? Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. Crazy. Oh, Stacey's on this.
We are one. Come on.
I'm thinking of you
Here we go.
and the things you do to me that makes me love you. Now I'm living in ecstasy. Hey, it's you and the things you do to me that makes me love you. Now I'm living in ecstasy.
Come on.
All the time, it makes me glad that I'm alive together. We're gonna survive. What do you think?
Please help me welcome my brother and the host of this evening's festivities, my brother Terrence J.
D-Nice. D-Nice, everybody, wherever you are, please, if you're in your living room, give it up for D-Nice, the man of the hour. I like to call D-Nice the man of the year. Thank you so much for that incredible intro. And welcome to We Are One. The grown-ups are back. How exciting is this? It's the eve of inauguration, and it's time to welcome in the new President-elect Biden and our new Vice President-elect Harris. I am so excited that we now have some grown-ups that are going to run things and get things back on track. Today, we celebrate. Tonight, we applaud you. Thank you to each and every one of you out there that made a difference. Thank you to everybody that was part of this change that's coming. Thank you to everybody that sacrificed their time to make things happen. We appreciate you from the bottom of our heart. And since the past government wasn't able to figure out the pandemic, unfortunately, we're here doing this virtually. But tonight, we're going to let our hair down and we're going to have fun regardless and celebrate this historic landmark inauguration. I've never been more excited. My vice president is a Black woman that went to Howard. I'm jumping through the roof right now, and I hope you are too. So tonight we're going to celebrate and have fun. We have performances from the OJs to Frankie Beverly and Mays, and we have some very, very special guests that are going to be hanging out with us this evening, including our first guest who's here with a very special prayer. Take a look.
Well, Terrence, I'm on the Zoom. I know you said take a look. Were they playing a video?
You know what? They said it was going to a video first. I didn't know you were here with us.
I'm here, live and in the flesh.
Oh, congratulations, first of all.
Thank you.
I would have started by saying that. I wish I was in Atlanta. I would have voted for you.
I appreciate it.
Well, thank you. So, listen, Reverend, I'm so excited to have you. We're so excited to kick the program off with you. And I think you're going to begin with a special prayer, right?
Yes. Thank you so much. Good evening, everyone. I'm Raphael Warnock, Senator-elect from the state of Georgia, pastor of Ebenezer Church in Atlanta. It's wonderful to see everybody tonight. And what an amazing night this is as we prepare to inaugurate President-elect Joe Biden and Vice President-elect Kamala Harris. It's my task to introduce Dr. Tony Allen, who is the Chief Executive Officer for the Inauguration. He is the president of Delaware State University, one of our great historically Black colleges and universities. And when you just consider what has happened just this year, we know that HBCUs for so long, underfunded, have been punching way above their weight and have contributed great gifts to the American people. And so we have Howard University graduate vice president named Kamala Harris. We have a mayor in Atlanta family named Keisha. We have a visionary and amazing leader in Stacey Abrams, Spelman College. And you have the first Black senator from the state of Georgia, proud graduate with my brother Cedric Richmond of Morehouse College. And so, Dr. Allen, we know the work that you do and what it means for the families like the one you and I came from, where we're both first generation college graduates. Thank you for your leadership, your vision, for your work in Delaware. And now on behalf of our nation, Dr. Allen will come in a moment, but let us first bow in prayer. Gracious God, the one known by many names, worshiped in many houses, you are spirit, and spirit makes us one. We thank you for ancestors who were stripped of everything, but they never lost hope. Howard Thurman said, by some amazing, vastly creative spirituality, the slaves undertook the redemption of a religion that the master had profaned in his midst. We redeemed the faith and contributed to redeeming the soul of America, a witness that came to full flower in the voice of Martin Luther King Jr., whose life we celebrated this weekend. Help us now to advance the work and the mission for the glory of God, the advancement of humanity, the healing of our nation. Help us to turn the page now, knowing that weeping endures for the night. Morning comes, your joy comes in the morning. For this blessed hope and promise, we give you praise in the name of the God who loves us into freedom and frees us into loving. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Senator-elect Warnock. We are quite proud of you. And you said a lot of things, but you didn't say you were a good alpha man. So I'm going to say that for you.
Jesus is also said I'm alpha also.
Well, my friends, Terrence J., my friends, everyone here today, my name is Tony Allen, Chief Executive Officer of the Presidential Inaugural Committee, the President of Delaware State University, and a good Kappa man. Welcome to We Are One. Tomorrow, hundreds of millions of people here and around the world will witness a renewed America united, swearing in President-elect Joe Biden and Vice President-elect Kamala Harris. We have overcome every possible challenge to get to this moment, and now the real work begins. Healing a wounded nation, restoring our economy, and writing a new chapter in our American story, one that looks like and works for every American. So first, let's celebrate, but then let's go to work. Tonight, some of our country's most loved celebrities, as well as the distinguished members of the Congressional Black Caucus, a number of my colleagues from HBCUs around the country, members of all of the Divine Nine, will be honoring not just a new presidency, but our shared American heritage and culture. As always, we are better together. You'll hear from great HBCU marching bands spoken word artist, along with some of our country's hottest musical artists. You've already heard from Terrence J, DJ Nice. D Nice has control of the mic, and I heard Frankie Beverly is stopping by. So all I have to say now is be safe, get ready, and remember, we are one. Thanks for joining tonight, and I'll see you real soon.
Not good.
Give the people what they want. The OJs have not missed a beat. Thank you so much to the OJs for stopping by. Dr. Allen, I appreciate you. Senator-elect Warnock, thank you so much. And since they're already representing for the Kappas and the Alphas already, I just got to make sure that since it's inauguration, that I'm properly representing for HBCUs and all the brothers of Omega Psi Phi. So I just wanted to make sure if there are any other Greeks on the line, that the Qs are definitely in the house as always. And since I'm talking about HBCUs, that brings us to our next introduction. This woman has inspired all of us. She's motivated all of us deeply. She would not take no for an answer. And because of her, she was able to flip Georgia blue. We all owe her a debt of gratitude, and she's inspired the world. Please welcome leader Stacey Abrams.
Thank you so much, Terrence J. Thank you, Dr. Allen and the Presidential Inauguration Committee, and to my friends in the House and Senate and soon to be administration. Thank you all so much. I went to Spelman College. I started there in 1991. And during my tenure, the mayor of Atlanta was Maynard Jackson, the first Black mayor of the city of Atlanta. He was a mayor during good times, but he was also a mayor during the Rodney King protest. It was during that time I shared with Cedric Richmond, our congressman, soon to be a member of the administration, that we had to rally our brothers and sisters in the Atlanta University Center to march from the AUC to City Hall, not to chastise, but to challenge what we had seen happen far away in California, but too close to home. The next day, we found our campuses tear gassed. They were tear gassed because there was concern that rioting was happening. And at that moment, I understood that whether we were inside the gates of Spelman and Morehouse, Clark Atlanta, Morris Brown, ITC, or the Morehouse School of Medicine, or outside the gates in some of the oldest housing developments in the country, to some, we were all the same. And that was a good thing. Because you see, the gates should not separate us. Education should not separate us. We know that the HBCUs of America were born out of turbulence and tragedy and an attempt to separate us. And what we are seeing happen in this nation today, what we saw happen in Georgia, first in November and again in January, is the compulsion to come together, the commitment to be one, to have a nation that sees us all, that serves us all. And so it was with incredible delight and pride that we delivered 16 electoral college votes from the great state of Georgia to Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. It was with extraordinary joy and deep personal pride that we are sending you Senator-elect Raphael Warnock, who will be sworn in tomorrow, along with Senator John Ossoff. It is with extraordinary gratitude that we say thank you to an administration that has already started to show us what leadership looks like again. And as we grapple with the aftermath of terrorist attacks on our nation, I want to remind us all that their terrorism only works if we let it overshadow our joy. Their ignominy and meanness, their hatred and vile behavior only work if we allow it to steal from us our celebration. And coming from a community where Black voters turned out in record numbers in November and again in January to ensure the continuation of this nation, driven by organizers, so many Black organizers and organizers of color who understood that regardless of what we were told separated us, we could come together for this purpose. It is with joy, it is with delight, and it is with purpose that I say congratulations to our new president, Joe Biden, our HBCU sister, Vice President Kamala Harris, to our incoming Senate class, and to the future that we all deserve. Thank you so much.
Historically, Black colleges and universities have been a part of America's history for 180 years, educating the children of former slaves to become writers, scholars, philanthropists, activists, politicians, businessmen, and so much more.
From the first established in 1837, we are reminded of the heroes and leaders who have graduated from America's historically Black colleges and universities.
HBCUs across the nation play a significant role in America's prosperity.
HBCUs are impacting the world.
An HBCU graduate will help lead the nation on a path of prosperity and a new chapter in our American history.
HBCUs are rooted in a uniquely American form of optimism. We can come as we were and leave as we aspire to be.
HBCUs, a strong history leading to a stronger, brighter future for all.
Shout out to the HBCUs.
Never say
Shout out to the Divine Nine. Shout out to all black people that came together to make this historic election. Once again, it's D-Nice. We are one. Here we go.
Never say die. Never say die. Never say die.
Come on.
Never say die.
It's about people. We go.
When in the midst of sorrow, you can see up and down. A brighter day
Shout out to my friend
tomorrow will bring.
Aja B. Asamoah. Let's go.
You hear a voice of reason, telling you this can never be done.
Shout out to Congresswoman.
No matter how hard reality
Mr.
seems,
Blunt Rochester, I see you.
just hold on
We
to
go.
your dreams, yeah.
Survive. We are one. Come on. Come on. Let's keep the program going.
DJ D-Nice, thank you once again. We will keep the program going. And again, I want to give a big shout out to all my HBCU graduates out there, everybody that's attending an HBCU right now, everybody that's part of the HBCU system. Thank you, thank you, thank you for all of your support in this historic campaign. As we move on, this next gentleman has been fighting the good fight for HBCUs for quite some time. Please, please welcome to the show our senator representing New Jersey, Cory Booker.
Stony the road we trod, bitter the chastening rod, felt in the days when hope unborn had died. Yet with our steady beat and our weary feet, we have come to the place in which our fathers sighed. This is a day that the Lord had made, but faith without works is dead. This is a day where our faith has been rewarded by tremendous work. I'm Cory Booker, and I have the honor of sitting here next to Rosario Dawson, and we are honored tonight to thank and President Biden, President-elect Harris. This is a tremendous day and accomplishment accomplished by those of us who struggled and worked and fought to make a day like this possible. I want to honor our ancestors. I am sitting here, the grandson of two HBCU graduates from Arkansas, Pine Bluff. I am the child of two HBCU graduates, my father from North Carolina Central, my mom from Fisk University. I am a family that knows the Divine Nine and is celebrating the understanding that it was the sacrifices and the struggles of those who came before that made this day, that made a way for us to have this celebration. I also want to recognize that we are rejoicing tomorrow, not just in the ascendancy of our vice president and president, but we also, as Stacey Abrams mentioned, celebrating the swearing in of two senators, the first African-American senator from the state of Georgia, and John Ossoff, who will actually help us to get into the majority in the United States Senate. And this too is a tremendous accomplishment. And so I want to thank Dr. Allen. I want to thank the President's Inaugural Committee. And most of all, I want to thank everyone who contributed to this day. Tomorrow, we will watch Joe Biden's hands raise, and he will swear an oath to support and protect and defend the Constitution. But as he raises his hand, let us all raise up in our commitment, in our determination, in our dedication, not to yield, not to stop our work, but to continue in the struggle, to make sure that we can, in our generation, put more indivisible back into this one nation under God and affirm the ideals of our nation so that the prosperity and abundance is accessible for all. We have work to do. Let us join with this new, incredible administration. I thank you. God bless you. And we look forward to seeing everybody soon as the work continues. Thank you so much.
Democracy prevails.
Congratulations, President Joseph R. Biden Jr., 46th President of the United States of America.
A senior statesman.
A gentleman.
And a bridge to healing our wounded and suffering world.
Democracy prevails.
Congratulations, Vice President Kamala Harris.
The first woman on a winning presidential ticket, daughter of a Jamaican father and a mother from India, and a graduate of an HBCU.
Vice President Harris, you are an awesome testament to our courage and belief in the capacity of people of African ancestry to triumph in the face of extreme adversity.
We are so proud of you.
Our ancestors are smiling.
They know that the Biden-Harris administration understands Galatians 5:22.
But the fruit of the Spirit is love,
joy,
peace,
patience,
kindness,
goodness,
faithfulness,
gentleness, and self-control.
The Biden-Harris administration understands that we shall overcome.
That we must restore and renew.
That where there is no vision, the people perish.
The Biden-Harris administration understands that.
Now, more than ever, we must all come together.
Now, more than ever,
we must all
come together.
If Maya Angelou were here, she would say,
stand up, celebrate, clap hands.
For ancestors and those who went before.
Stand up, celebrate, clap hands.
Let faith find a place in our souls.
Let hope live in our hearts.
Democracy prevails.
We sing songs of celebration.
We dance to the rhythm of the drums.
We dance to the music of the HBCU marching band.
We celebrate the Biden-Harris inauguration.
We celebrate democracy.
We celebrate democracy.
We celebrate democracy.
This is so amazing. So amazing. Shout out to Congressman Cedric Richmond. I see you, sir. Come on. Once again, welcome back. We are one. I'm your DJ D-Nice. Here we go.
Hate knows love's the cure. You can rest your mind assured that I'll be loving you always. 'Cause now I can't reveal the mystery of tomorrow, but in passing we'll grow older every day. Just as all the
shout out to Dr. Tony Allen. I see you, sir.
I say is true.
Here we go.
That I'll be loving you always. Until the rainbow burns the stars out in
we celebrate love.
Always.
We're celebrating President-elect Joe Biden.
Always.
We're celebrating Vice President-elect Harris. Here we go. Vibes.
Did you know that true love asks for nothing? Her acceptance is the way we pay. Did you know that life is giving love a guarantee to last?
Shout out to my brother Terrence J. We appreciate you.
Oh, okay, we're back live. Thank you so much, DJ D-Nice. We have audio. We are good to go. If you're just tuning in, you're missing one heck of a show. So make sure you stay put right here. We had everybody from the OJs come on. Frankie Beverly and Maze are on the way. D Nice has been crushing it as always. But, you know, when we think about why we're here, this is history making, and we need this in our country right now. A few months ago, when someone asked me why I feel like the Biden-Harris ticket is the one for me, I said because I know that he's going to put people into positions of power that have real accountability and real stakes within our communities. And with that said, this person has been fighting the good fight for us for quite some time. He's a person that I personally trust, that we as a community can trust. It's not just a Black person being put into a position of power. He is one of us. And I want to make sure I get his new title right, because this is my first time saying his new title. The Senior Advisor to President and Director of White House and Office of Public Engagement, Representative Cedric Richmond. Welcome to the show.
Well, look, thank you, Terrence, for those kind words. And thank you, D Nice, for spinning those wheels. And look, let's recognize the Texas Southern debate team for that outstanding performance. Let me just start off in my Morehouse ways and give my Morehouse brother, Dr. Warnock, Senator Warnock now, a shout out. And to my Spelman sister, who we came in together, Stacey Abrams, give her a wonderful shout out. What you're doing is amazing. Keep up the good work. And thank you for talking about the Rodney King protest. Now I have to go update my security clearance form probably by in the morning. Look, in a serious note, I want to thank Dr. Allen for what he has been able to put together, but also congratulate my dear friend, Joe Biden and Senator Kamala Harris on becoming president and vice president-elect. They're people with impeccable character, but more importantly, purpose-driven hearts. And so to celebrate this dynamic duo, we will highlight some of the best HBCU bands in the land. We're going to start with, well, we have the Marching 100 from Florida A&M. We have the Sonic Boom from Jackson State, Louisiana, representing the one and only Benny Gordon Thompson. We have the Tennessee State University, Aristocrat of Bands. Then we have, and from the state that launched the Biden presidency, we have the Marching 101 from South Carolina State University, representing the one and only Congressman James E. Clyburn. And from the greatest state in the world, Louisiana, we have the world famous Grambling State University Band. And then we have the Human Jukebox, Southern University, where my mother and father graduated from. But now, to kick us off, we have the Louisiana Leadership Institute All-Star Band. And I want you to know these are high school students founded by Senator Cleo Fields. So with that, let's take it off, enjoy the show, and let's celebrate tonight and work tomorrow.
Gentlemen, as we celebrate this momentous occasion, let's welcome from Jackson, Mississippi, the famous Sonic Boom of the South. We're proud to be living in America. We now pay tribute to Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. One of his dreams was a nation united, and the Biden administration is committed to making it happen. people, no matter race, creed, or background, we are all America united. Jackson State University salutes the USA.
Had to unmute myself. I told myself before we started this, I was like, Terrence, don't you choke up. Don't you choke up when they start. Man, I'm choking up. Tonight is one of those nights. When I saw Southern do the VP KH on the field with the, man, I miss being on the campus of an HBCU. I missed going to homecoming this year. I missed those horns. And it feels like these past couple of years have been a bad movie. And just seeing all this come together right now in celebration, we all deserve a good night. So wherever you are right now, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you can woosah, enjoy yourself, relax, and enjoy the celebration with us as we get ready for Inauguration Day tomorrow. With that said, I'd like to welcome the highest ranking black man in Congress. He's also a graduate of South Carolina State University and the co-chair of the Presidential Inaugural Committee, U.S. House Majority Whip, James E. Clyburn.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Terrence, for introducing me. D-Nice, thank you. Terrence? Don't want you to be alone, my man. Don't want you to be alone. Let me thank Dr. Allen. Thank you so much for the work you're doing. This is just an incredible event. This is unlike any inauguration we've ever had, but it is what we must do, and we must make the best out of it. Dr. Allen has put together a tremendous production for this historic event. Now, I know that the time is rushed on, and I'm not going to waste a lot of time. Maxine Waters is waiting to talk. Joyce Beatty, she is my new chair at the Congressional Black Caucus. Maxine chairs our Financial Services Committee, and I don't want to lose their votes in my efforts to represent all of you in the Congress. But I want to say this. I am a much less than honor graduate of an HBCU. I represent 7 HBCUs, and there's an 8th one in my state. I believe very strongly in what HBCUs are all about. And I just want to say this to make a point here tonight. And it's an experience I had with a former astronaut. All of you remember he was a graduate of North Carolina A&T. He said to me, just before he got ready to go on his last flight, which turned out to be a fatal flight, he came by my office because he had just been hired to be a professor at the University of South Carolina after this flight. He said to me on that occasion, everybody introduces me as this graduate of MIT with a PhD in physics, but that's not what got me to where I am. It was North Carolina A&T. Being on that campus, being with professors and administrators who had backgrounds similar to mine, who knew what it would take to make me a success. I have never forgotten that discussion. Well, I know by my own experience. I am not just a graduate of an HBCU. My mother and father both went to Morris College in Sumter. My mother graduated. My dad did not get his degree until 20 years after he passed away. And the reason it took him so long is because he entered college without a high school diploma. And under state law, they could not award him his diploma, his degree, until he produced the diploma. But he could not produce the diploma because in South Carolina, at the time he was coming along, they did not provide education for blacks beyond the 7th grade. I think about my daddy often and what he was able to accomplish and what he was able to instill in me and what South Carolina State has instilled in me. And I think about that tomorrow as we elevate to the second highest position in this country, an HBCU graduate, a member of the Divine Nine, one who I'm convinced will be a success because each and every one of you are going to help to make that so. So I want to thank you for all that you've done to get us to this point. And I want to thank you in advance for what I know you're going to do to help this administration be the best administration this country has ever known. Thank you, and Godspeed to each and every one of you.
Hello, we are Grammy award-winning Ranky Tanky, proud representatives of the Gullah community from Charleston, South Carolina, and we are elated to take part in the inauguration ceremony for the 46th President and Vice President of the United States of America.
As we come together on January 20th, 2021, to welcome the administration of President-elect Joseph R. Biden and Vice President-elect Kamala Harris, we accept and embrace an important moment of healing for our country.
In this spirit, we offer our song Beat 'em Down, which calls upon our collective strength to beat down this era of fear, hate, racism, and violence, and to embrace all that we may become through love, peace, kindness, and equality.
While we won't be able to join in Washington, D.C. for the actual inauguration, we are equally excited to participate and celebrate from across the country. We invite you to celebrate with us as we usher in this promising new chapter.
So go to BidenInaugural.org to learn how you can witness this historic moment on January 20th.
In these hard times, filled with shadows, when the dark cloud calls my name, when these devils swarm all around me, that's when my love beats down like rain. Beat 'em down, love. Beat 'em down, love. I'll use my heart's love to beat 'em down. Oh, beat 'em down, love. Beat 'em down, love. I'll use my heart's love to beat 'em down. When a dark mind creeps up on me like a coward in the night, they try to shake me, they try to break me, but then my heart's love shows me the light, yeah. Oh, beat 'em down, love. Beat 'em down, love. I'll use my heart's love to beat 'em down. Oh, beat 'em down, love. Beat 'em down, love. I'll use my heart's love to beat 'em down.
Hey everyone, I'm Jason George, and I am genuinely excited to be here with you, even virtually, to kick off this year's inaugural activities and usher in a new era for our country. This year has been a challenging one for almost all of us, but we should feel optimistic tonight for a very important reason, and that's because in the face of these unprecedented challenges, I actually trust that President-elect Biden and Vice President-elect Harris will be able to lead us out of this tough time. So on January 20th, I will be proud and excited to watch Joe Biden and Kamala Harris become the next president and vice president of the United States. And the best part is, everyone is invited. This year's inauguration is taking place in living rooms all across the country. Now, as the husband of an immigrant from India and the father of 3 amazing kids who identify as both Black and Indian, I'm especially looking forward to Kamala Harris making history as she becomes the first woman, first African American, and first Asian American vice president. This is such a historic moment for our country as we come together to welcome the new Biden-Harris administration. And just because we can't be together in person doesn't mean we can't unite around a national purpose wherever we are. We know there's a lot of work to be done. So let's take a moment today to commit to coming together. By working together, we can restore the soul of America, bring the country together, and build a better path towards the future. So let's all give it up for President-elect Biden and Vice President-elect Kamala Harris. Thank you both so much for sharing your message of hope and laying out your vision and plans to beat the pandemic, build back our economy better, and unify our country.
Thank you so much to Jason George. Thank you to Ranky Tanky. And thank you once again to everybody for tuning in. There's been so much A&T talk that I had to put on my A&T jacket. And if you're out there right now and you went to an HBCU, we're about halfway through the program. If you have a suit on because you decided to dress up, right now's the time. Go to the closet, throw on your old Nalia, throw on your old college sweatshirt. Let's represent for all of our HBCUs. Even if we got to do it in our living room, let's make sure to show that pride. Okay. Up next is the first Black woman ever elected into the House of Representatives from the state of Delaware, and she's also the co-chair of the Presidential Inaugural Committee. Please welcome Representative Lisa Blunt Rochester.
Good evening. I'm Delaware Congresswoman Lisa Blunt Rochester. 48 years ago, Delaware sent Joe Biden to the Senate. Now, the American people are sending him to the White House. I was proud to serve the Biden campaign as a national co-chair, as a member of the 4-person VP Selection Committee, and I am honored today to serve as co-chair of the Presidential Inaugural Committee. But more than anything else, I am proud of what we, as one, are about to accomplish together. This is a historic occasion. To be here with you this evening before the first Black, Asian, and woman Vice President is sworn into office. And as Delawarean, I am proud to see one of our very own take on the responsibility of the highest office in this country. Now, usually we would be getting ready to watch the swearing in with a big group of family or friends. Some of us might be heading to Washington, D.C. to gather at the inaugural balls and Cupid shuffle our way into the night. Instead, we are doing things differently, spending 5 nights ushering in a new era of leadership, a new president and vice president who are respected, who are strong, and will make us proud. This inauguration is unlike anything we've seen before, but just because we can't come together in the crowd on the National Mall doesn't mean that we can't unite around a national purpose wherever we are. This is a chance to renew America's promise, to look at present with sober resolve and the future with hope, knowing we have a man of decency in Joe Biden and a woman of power in Kamala Harris, ready to lead us forward. No matter who we are, what we look like, what we believe, or who we love, this inauguration is about all of us. Our health, our environment, our schools, our economic uplift, and our rights. And tonight, we as a Black community celebrate the special bond we have with President-elect Biden and the history that we are about to make with Vice President-elect Kamala Harris. They understand that our diversity is our strength, and that to truly heal the soul of this nation, we need everyone in it together for an equal shot at the American dream. I'm so glad you could join us tonight and look forward to being with you all virtually again tomorrow for the inauguration of Joe Biden and Kamala Harris.
To Madame Vice President-elect Kamala Harris. I was sitting with my daughter earlier today, just talking to her about the power of today and the power of this moment and the power of the visibility of Black women in this country. And it is such an important moment in our history and such an important moment in time. And right now we're going to play Is It Shovely for You. And we want to dedicate this to Kamala Harris, but to every young Black girl out there who may be struggling with some identity issues or feeling unappreciated or like you don't belong or like you don't fit in. Keep going. Love yourself. Respect yourself. There are women out here who are here to support you. That's what we are here for. And we are just so happy to honor Kamala Harris in this way. So this is Isn't She Lovely?
Another beautiful performance. Thank you so much, the String Queens. That was incredible. As we keep the performances moving on, this is a North Carolina representative like myself, and I love when she spits. Here's Rhapsody.
Check 1, 2, 2. It's the RAPSODY. And a big congratulations to Kamala Harris and Joe Biden. Let's get it. Yo. Lil' funky mom. Politicking with my trick and gotta wonder if I'ma get it poppin'. I'ma get it poppin'. Run up to the disc jockey, tell her play something, made me shake my body. Fly grown thing. Runaway sis with a boss attitude and a black name. Where my girls at? Where Felicia and Aisha and Shaniqua and Michelle and Kamala at? Yeah. Let's get it. Kamala Harris, you did it. The first Black female Vice President of the United States. Congratulations. One time. Ladies first. Yeah. I love a good night. Make the body roll like a shake the globe up like a paradise. Summer bad thing. Catch a side eye while you hating on my fly. Don't make me make change if I break it down. Watch a party people start the soul train line. How we getting down? We ain't come to play. We came to move, catch a groove, and you know the girls came to slay. Hey, let's get it. Ladies first all night. Do it. It's a celebration. Come on. That's right.
I ain't worried about it at all. Switch that boy like a change clothes. Kick it to the left,
cause that's the way
love goes.
That's how love goes.
Especially when liquor flows.
When liquor flows.
Mary got me high.
Come on, cheers.
All of my girls to get right. Come on, yeah.
One time. Shout out to everybody that voted to make this election historic and special. It is the RAPSODY. 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, for your mind. Peace out.
Let's party, girl, come on. You know it's gonna be tight. Pull up with me, ladies first tonight. Party, girl, come on. You know we looking dynamite. Pull up.
I would like to thank the Presidential Inauguration Committee for inviting me here tonight. To be here for President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris is an absolutely thrill, and I'm so ready for it, okay? This year's inauguration is gonna be different than the other ones from years past, but we're still gonna have the same traditions, but we're just gonna do them in our PJs. And guess what? It's going to be a historical night because we're going to have our first Black American and Asian American woman sworn in as the first Vice President. Yes. And one thing, to all the little girls out there, especially the Black and brown girls, dream big. Because in this country, anything is possible. Anything. Dream big. You can do it. We see you. Thank you so much for your support, and thank you for joining us tonight for this unprecedented moment. Thank you. Leslie Jones, out!
Hi, everyone. I'm Kim Fields. This is an historic occasion, we know. To be here with you on the evening before the first Black American and Asian American woman vice president is sworn in. Now, back in November, we won a campaign for America's very soul. This week, we are setting a new campaign to revitalize America's heart. Now, we all did our part. We've been doing our part. We organized. We got out the vote. We stood tall for democracy. And today, tomorrow, and in the days ahead, we are going to show just what Joe Biden and Kamala Harris's America looks like. Fair, diverse, just, compassionate, accountable, equal. With a day of service, with respect for our troops, with memories of those that we've lost to COVID who will always be with us, and with the hope that we, the people, can show what it means to make America united. To everyone here today, to everybody who has given their time, their energy, and support to this cause, we say thank you. We appreciate each and every one of you. Now, we all need to double down, okay, in these days, because the work ahead, it's going to be tough. It's going to be a struggle to take this country back, our country back. But you know that we can. I know that we can. I know that we have the resolve. We have the grit. We have the spirit. We have the faith in ourselves and each other to get the job done. And as our soon-to-be president likes to say, in our nation, there's nothing we can't do when we do it together. This is our moment. This is our time. Our chance to take control of our destiny. With a new team taking office, I have no doubt we will make good on the promise of a brighter future. And so let's stick with it. Let's celebrate this inauguration. Oh, yes. But then let's get to work. Let's keep our journey going toward a better tomorrow.
Thank you so much, Kim. Yes, we have a lot of work to do. With that said, I'm proud to introduce our new Congressional Black Caucus Chairwoman and a member of Delta Sigma Theta. Please welcome Joyce Beatty.
Thank you so much to the Presidential Inaugural Committee, CEO of the committee and President of Delaware State University, our friend, Dr. Tony Allen. And of course, to President-elect Joe Biden and President-elect Kamala Harris. Tonight, we are ushering in a new era of leadership with a new president and a new vice president who represent the best of our values, a commitment to truth, a respect for the institutions that define and defend our democracy, and appreciation for the diversity of this great nation. The Congressional Black Caucus, the conscience of the Congress, will work with this administration to offer genuine hope for restoration of our nation, to take us from the hopeless darkness to the bright sunlit path of justice. As Martin Luther King Jr. said on his final speech, one of strategies and prayers and prediction, it was just as though he were speaking of January the 6th, the United States Capitol insurrection of white supremacy on display. You see, he said, the world is messed up. The nation is sick, trouble in the land, and confusion all around. We have been forced to a point where we are going to have to grapple with the problems that men and women have been trying to grapple with through history. But the demands didn't force them to. It was the survival for us that made them grapple. All while we are saying, America, be true to what you have said on paper. Well, tonight, my friends, thank you for President-elect Joe Biden and Vice President-elect Kamala Harris for being true to what they have put on paper. They have told us that they are committed to working with Black Americans in our community. They have said to us, we have had their backs, so now they will have our backs. And I'm so glad you asked us to say who we are with and where. I want you to see that this proudly says Delta Sigma Theta sorority, and also an HBC graduate of Central State University. As the chair of the Congressional Black Caucus, I look forward to working with President-elect Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris. And let me just tell you, we are at a historic moment, our 50th anniversary, going into the 117th Congress with 59 members strong. So I say to you, we join you tonight. We are so proud of all of the HBC graduates and all of the Divine Nine, 7 of us strong in the United States Congress. And lastly, let me say, I am honored to stand on the shoulders of previous chairs of the Congressional Black Caucus. To you, my friend and mentor, Majority Whip Jim Clyburn, thank you for all that you do. To my chairwoman of the Financial Services Committee and another past chair of the Congressional Black Caucus, thank you, my sister, for keeping us on track. To Cedric Richmond, thank you as a past chair. And to our senators who joined us tonight, together we will build back better. God bless you. And just in case you didn't know, I'm Congresswoman Joyce Beatty, and I approve this message. And now I have the distinct pleasure. They are powerful, they are energetic, and they are bad. Sit back and watch.
Yo, what up? A lot of Bronx love. It's your boy, Deezer's Nice.
That's right. I'm the Kid Mero. We are the Bodega Boys.
Listen, we're excited to be with you to kick off this year's inaugural activity and finally bring change to the White House. Because listen, we've been waiting for it.
Yes, we have. This year has been a long one and a super difficult one. But we dug deep, we worked hard, and we should feel good about that. Without it, we wouldn't be where we are today. A new president, a new vice president, a Senate majority, and a chance to right the wrongs of the last 4 years.
Listen, the last 4 years have been dark and bleak, and I don't even know how you got through it. But right now, you should feel more optimistic than ever. Because of our resilience, our heroism, our commitment to our nation, we're about to come together to start a new chapter in American history. Mind-blowing.
And we are honored to reflect on our country's history and to celebrate its magnificent diversity. The United States is a rich tapestry of people, and our diversity is what gives us strength.
So listen, get markers out, circle that date on your calendar. January 20th, we are going to rock together as a nation and watch Joe Biden and Kamala Harris come together to be the next president and vice president of these United States. The best part? Listen, you don't even need someone to hook you up with tickets. It's happening right there, live, 24/7 in your living room, baby. Everyone can watch.
And just make sure your Wi-Fi is strong, because this is a historic moment for our country as we come together to welcome the new Biden-Harris administration.
Listen, to those of you at home, we want to thank you for being part of this moment. We could not have done it without each and every one of you. Congrats and enjoy.
From the Bodega Boys, peace and love.
This is Frankie B. of Mays. I'm so happy that my team of Biden-Harris are the new president and vice president of the United States of America. We won, y'all. Congratulations, America. Listen to the words of my song, We Are One. It's a song that's near and dear to my heart because I believe in the words that I wrote. I believe that President Biden and Vice President Harris understand that we can't play games. We must come together as a country. It starts now. We are one nation under God's power. No matter what we do, we are one. Happy feelings.
Shout out to the Bodega Boys and the legend, Frankie Beverly, right there. But it's really the young voices that are going to make a difference in our country. And with that said, I'd like to introduce our next guest. She's an activist that you all need to know. Here's Tiffany Dina Lofton.
Hi. If we learned anything in the year 2020, we learned that a lot of the nation still needs to listen to Black people. We told y'all so. We've been saying that it's possible to cancel all student debt, that you should penalize families if they have to work from home, that we can provide care and housing to every single person in our nation, that we can take care of our essential workers, both their safety and their compensation, that it's possible and necessary to universalize online registration, that it is essential that we fund education and defund incarceration, and most importantly, that Black lives matter. And so in the year 2021, we're going to make sure that we continue to push this agenda for the country that we know is possible. A country of fairness and dignity, safety and liberation. Black folks know that we have a new administration. We know we have a new Congress because we're the ones that did it. And so I am looking forward to this new wave of advocacy led by young people, young Black people in this nation. And I'm going to support the infrastructure, the power building, and the vision through love of this new. And now, for the woman who has set the example, Representative Maxine Waters from California.
Wow. Thank you so very much for that very kind introduction. I am sitting here enjoying this virtual program so very, very much. This is so different. And as was mentioned earlier, we have in past years, put on our best and found our way to the presidential inaugural ceremonies with crowds and crowds of individuals and rejoiced in the inaugural ceremonies of, the Bill Clintons and Obamas and on and on and on. But this is special. This is very special for so many reasons. This is very special because this has been a difficult year. It's been a difficult 4 years. We have suffered. We have oftentimes lost hope that our democracy would be saved. It was so threatened in ways that we have never seen before. And we felt ways that we had never experienced because we had never seen anything like we were seeing with the past administration over these past 4 years. But tonight, we can rejoice. Tonight, we can feel good. We can feel good because we know that we have a new leadership that will occupy the White House. We have a new leadership that cares about all of the people who have demonstrated in their careers and in their work what they care about. We have a new leadership that's prepared to undo some of the damage that has been done in our democracy and some of the damage that has been done to the hopes and dreams of so many of our people. And so I want to thank you so very much, Tiffany, and thank you, Dr. Tony Allen, and everyone with the Presidential Inaugural Committee. And of course, to our soon-to-be President and Vice President, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. Let me just take a moment and say to Stacey Abrams, Stacey, you are a miracle worker. You have led the way. You have been an organizer, excellent. You have been someone who's shown us that if we put our minds to it, if we work, if we do what we know we can do, what our ancestors have taught us, we can win. And look what happened in Georgia. Not only did you send a strong message across this country when you elected our new President-elect Biden, and of course, our new Vice President-elect Kamala Harris. And so it's an honor to be here with all of you for this historic occasion. Let me just say to Cory Booker, thank you for your very kind words. Co-chair Representative Cedric Richmond, thank you for the leadership that you have provided in helping to make sure that Biden and Harris got elected. And of course, I can't tell you how good it makes me feel to see all of our HBCUs, their bands, absolutely performing. Somehow they are representing the spirit of our people, the spirit of our communities. And so thank you to all of our HBCUs. And of course, House Majority Whip James Clyburn, you give us so much inspiration. You always have the stories to tell that help us to understand what we have gone through, what we have accomplished, and what we can look forward to. And I appreciate that so much. And of course, Lisa Blunt Rochester, I want to thank you for the work that you have done and the relationship that you have with the president and the way that he's honored you with making sure that you were right there on the front lines of participation. And Joyce Beatty, our chair of our Congressional Black Caucus. I am so pleased and proud that you have taken the helm, that you are now there providing the leadership. And you came on very quickly and very strong with our first meeting, and you made sure that we were right there responding and talking with our people about what was going on in Washington as we experienced something the likes of which we never thought we would experience in our lifetime with the invasion of our capital. And so I could not think of a better way to spend the evening before the first Black American and Asian woman is sworn into office as vice president than to honor the Black community's long and rich legacy of achievement and resilience. Throughout my life and career, I've been an advocate for peace, justice, and equality, and I've made it my mission to fight for the least among us. So I'm proud that tomorrow we will usher in a new day for our country with leaders like President-elect Biden and Vice President-elect Harris, who share these ideals with me. Now, many of you may know, but I'm the fifth of 13 children, raised mostly by my mother. I know the struggles that women face, and I have been long active in the women's movement. As the first woman and the first African-American chair of the House Financial Services Committee, I know just how monumental this moment is. And I'm so proud to see our community break barriers and defy all expectations. No matter who we are and what we look like, what we believe, or who we love, the inauguration of Joe Biden and Kamala Harris is about all of us, our health, our environment, our schools, our rights, the girls and women, the people of color, the hurting families, the struggling workers, everyone who deserves to be seen, heard, and respected. With that, I would like to thank you for joining us, for your support, and mostly and importantly, for being a crucial part of this historic moment. Thank you so very, very much. And the entertainment has been just great, from the OJs to my little friend Rhapsody, and a young lady that I've been the auntie of for so many years. I want to thank you so very much, Kim Fields. You were just magnificent. All of the entertainment was just fabulous. Thank you, and I appreciate the opportunity to be here with all of you this evening.
Auntie Maxine Waters right there. Thank you so much. We got to give you your flowers. Thank you for all that you've done. She has been in the trenches fighting for all of us for equality. So thank you so much to you as well. As we keep the performances moving on, this one might bring you to tears. This guy is so incredibly talented. I know him in real life. I follow his Instagram page. He has amazing music. Here to perform Wake Up Everybody, representing all the way from Houston, Toby Nwigwe. Take a look.
My name is Toby Nwigwe. I'm an Igbo boy from the southwest side of Houston, Texas, and it is an honor to be able to do our version of Wake Up Everybody by the legendary Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes, a.k.a. Teddy Pendergrass. So today, as you hear my baby talking in the background, I am Toby Pendergrass. Let's go. Wake up everybody, no more sleeping in bed. No more backwards thinking, time for thinking ahead. The world has changed so very much from what it used to be. There is so much hatred, war and poverty. Wake up all you teachers, time to teach a new way. Maybe then they'll listen to what you have to say. Cause they're the ones who's coming up and the world is in their hands. So when you teach the children, teach them the very best you can. You and me, for you and me, for you and me, for you and me. Wake up all you doctors, make the old people well. They're the ones who suffer and catch all the hell. But they don't have so very long before the judgment day. So won't you make them happy before they pass away? Wake up all you builders, time to build a new land. I know we can do it if we all lend a hand. The only thing we have to do is put it in our mind. Surely things will work out, they do. get no better. We gotta change it, yeah. Just you and me. Everybody say the world won't get no better. The hood won't get no better. The world won't get no better. We gotta change it, yeah. Just you and me. Just you and me. You and me. You and me. Say Maya.
The world won't get no better, and my hood won't get no better. The world won't get no better. We gotta change it, yeah. You and me.
Talk to him, Luke.
The world won't get no better.
Talk to him, Dave.
The world won't get no better. My hood won't get no better.
Yeah.
The world won't get no better. You gotta change it, yo.
Yeah.
You and me, 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 you and me.
Music.
You gotta change. 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 You gotta change.
My name is Toby Nwigwe. I'm from the southwest side of Houston, Texas. We love y'all. Make the change. Don't let 2021 be 2020 part 2 for you. You know what I'm saying? We love y'all. Shout out to my Uncle Nell. Shout out to the keyboard kid, Nick Humes. Shout out to David Michael White, Luke Whitney, Maya Tucker. My queen, my everything except my G.O.D. FAT. My wife Fat. And my babies. Baby Fat, come here. Come here, my baby. She is a clown. Come on, my baby. Come on. Do me a favor, look there, say hi. Say hi. And we love y'all. Peace.
Good evening. I'm Maurice Mitchell, the National Director of the Working Families Party. The spirit of Black activism and Black resistance runs through every stitch of fabric of this nation. Since the first enslaved African arrived on our shores, we've pushed this nation to live up to the promise of equity and fairness. As a new administration assumes power, the Working Families Party and our allies will keep on pushing, calling our government to move us beyond this current crisis and usher in a model of governance that cares for us all. In the spirit of the Black tradition, that means that we'll be working with this administration to end the pandemic, ensure good jobs and living wages for all, and making sure that healthcare is a right instead of a privilege, and to make transformative investments in our communities. It is no longer enough to survive. It is time to thrive.
I am Glenda Glover, International President and Chief Executive Officer of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority. We are proud and honored to celebrate the Biden-Harris team. We lift up Vice President-elect Kamala Harris. This historic victory of power, collaboration, and once again, Black women, Black men. We reached far and wide as we advanced the GOTV movement. We asked our spouses, our significant others, our best friends, our roommates, our classmates, our family members, our neighbors, our church members, our work associates, all in our inner circle, all in our outer circle. And we crossed that finish line. Black women, we didn't give up, we didn't give out, we didn't give in. We stayed in the pride and power of Black women. We did it, and we crossed that finish line. You get little credit for starting the race, but you get the credit when you cross that finish line. On November 3rd, we crossed that finish line. So yes, we celebrate Black women. We celebrate HBCUs. We celebrate the Divine Nine. Yes, we celebrate Alpha Kappa Alpha. Yes, we celebrate that collective, courageous power of the Black vote. The phone calls, the poll watchers, the lawyers who engaged in voter protection, the prayers, the fasting, the faith. So thank you, dedicated, consecrated Black women. One thing we knew, one thing we held on to, that trouble doesn't last always. We know that joy comes in the morning. And in the morning, on January 20th, joy will come. Thank you, Black women. God bless Black women. God bless Alpha Kappa Alpha. God bless our worldwide sister, Vice President-elect Kamala Harris. God bless you.
Please welcome Dr. Tony Allen.
Out of the night that covers me, black is the pit from pole to pole. I think whatever gods may be for this, my incomparable soul. In the failed clutch of circumstance, I have not winced nor cried aloud. Under the bludgeoning of chance, my head is bloodied, but yet unbowed. Beyond this place of wrath and tears looms but the horrors of the shade, and yet the minutes of the years find and shall find me unafraid. It matters not how straight the gate, how charged with punishment the scroll. I am the master of my fate, the captain of my soul. Ladies and gentlemen, the next Vice President of the United States of America, Kamala D. Harris.
Good evening. And thank you to Delaware State President Dr. Tony Allen for your introduction and for your work as the Chief Executive Officer of the Presidential Inaugural Committee. Before I begin, I especially want to thank my HBCU brothers and sisters, my beloved Alpha Kappa Alpha, and our Divine Nine family. I wouldn't be here if it weren't for all of you and those who came before us. We are family. And though we cannot gather in person tonight, know that I carry each of you with me as I embark on this journey. And I am clear that I stand on the shoulders of generations of Americans who struggled and sacrificed to help our country live up to its promise of equality for all. We are at the dawn of a new era for America, and I come before you humbled by the faith that you have put in me and President-elect Biden, and ready to do the work and take on crises that have disproportionately impacted the Black community and people of color. From the coronavirus pandemic to this economic recession to climate justice, systemic racism, and strengthening our democracy, the President-elect and I are determined to build an America that is more equal and just for all people. Let me also say something directly to every little girl and boy who should also see themselves in this moment. I may be the first woman, I may be the first Black person to hold this office, but I will not be the last. So dream with ambition, lead with conviction, and see yourselves as future leaders and as the very best of our country, because that's who you are. Thank you all again for your support. I could not be more grateful for all that you have done to lift me up over the years, and I look forward to working with you to build the America that we all know is possible. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Vice President Harris. Thank you, thank you, thank you. In less than 24 hours, she will be sworn in. And I think I can speak on behalf of all of us here when I say I am excited for that. On behalf of the incredible performers that took the time to perform tonight, we want to say thank you. All of our presenters, everybody on the inaugural committee, and everybody that has something to do with tonight's program. We appreciate all of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And to each and every one of you out there, whether you volunteered, protested with Black Lives Matter this year, or just voted, whatever you did, thank you so much for all of your contributions. We appreciate you. And I think I can speak again on behalf of all of us when I say we are excited and ready for a better tomorrow. With that said, thank you again. My name is Terrence J, and we're going to leave you with another performance from the one and only DJ D Nice. Peace, y'all.
Thank you, Terrence. Thank you, Terrence. Thank you, everyone, for having me here. Thank you to the Presidential Inaugural Committee for having me here. Less than 24 hours left. We make